My name is Chris Spencer. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Coffs Harbour and District Local Aboriginal Land Council. We're involved in numerous projects. We're quite fortunate where we're positioned that we're able to attract reasonable levels of funding that create different opportunities for community. So at the moment we run a cultural learning place, or a Miindalaygan Maam, which is an area where school children are able to come to the Land Council and participate, have internet access, and also have some tutorial support around their academic endeavours, and create a lot of cultural aspects with that as well. It's not just about education in the mainstream sense, it's about reconnecting our children with our organisation like a Land Council, and for future reference when they become young adults and adults themselves and elders in our community, then they know that there's a service around for them. So we have a housing portfolio of 55 homes, ranging in size from 1-bedroom share accommodation through to 6-bedroom family homes. And we're providing housing for upwards of 200 to 250 Aboriginal people in our Land Council area, which is fantastic, but at the same time it's not enough. I still have nearly 80 families who are waiting for housing. So that means, we could potentially double our stock tomorrow and still not have enough to accommodate everybody in our community. But in saying that, we are ideally positioned in terms of being able to economically grow our Land Council, and one of those economic growth areas could potentially be around our housing and social housing portfolio. So another aspect that we have is natural resource management, or native bush regeneration. We run a program that we successfully have delivered now for around 8 or 9 years, a training program that's around managing the assets of our Land Council. As we all know, Land Councils are a very poorly financial resource from time to time, but we certainly have a lot of asset base, and a lot of that asset base is around vacant land that we've been able to claim back. So obviously when you're getting those lands back, there's an ongoing financial contribution for the upkeep and the maintenance of those lands, and we identified that it was very cost effective for us to, rather than employ somebody, a private contractor, to do those upkeepings of those lands, to get our own team in and also create employment, training, other linkages to other departments such as Rural Fire Service and National Parks, and encourage our trainees, once they'd completed with us, to then move into those other fields. And because we've been able to create those partnerships and linkages, we have those agencies looking in at our trainees and identifying them quite early on as potential future employees of their services. Durrunda Waajar in our language, local Gambanga language, means to fix or repair country. So naturally, when we're looking at doing any types of activities around country that rehabilitate country, we want to be able to connect our language back to country, which is where language comes from. So with the permission of elders and senior elders in the Gambanga Nation, we seek to get their permission to be able to use those types of languages, but we like to be able to keep it so that it's easily pronounced as well. So the average Joe or the other mainstream agency are able to identify that and say, Durrunda Waajar, that's the local Aboriginal group who works on country and helps to fix and repair country. But it's about the overall development, making sure that country is looked after so that country can then look after us into the future. It's important that we teach our children that, because without that we lose our identity. We lose our cultural connections and our actual being with landscape. The cultural landscape is what governs where we are at different times of the year, and why we need to be in certain places at certain times of the year also, for ceremony and different types of activities. We're starting Miindalaygan. It's going to be our native tree plant nursery. It's going to stimulate and complement our natural resource management activity, because at the moment we're purchasing plants from other nurseries. Miindalaygan was named by one of our elder statesman here and a very wise old man with a lot of knowledge. And so, as I mentioned earlier, whenever we're doing these types of activities, we love to have that cultural component, and it gives us our identity as well. And our young people and our kids and our elders love that type of situation. It's very important that our young people are involved in what we do at a land council level. It's the grassroots level. It's where people get their introduction to who they are and what we do. But more importantly, they're our future leaders. If we don't provide an opportunity or an avenue for our young people to be able to be engaged and be a part and feel a part of a land council, then I feel that we're failing our elders that have gone before us.